Robin Williams is here. 2002 will go down as one of his busiest years to date. In addition to his performances in Death to Smoochie, Insomnia, and 1 Hour Photo, he also returned to stand-up after 16 years. His 20-city tour has been captured on the new CD Live 2002, and his unforgettable live performance on HBO is now available on DVD. It is called Live on Broadway. Just take a look at Robin on stage.
India has the bomb, Pakistan has the bomb, China has the bomb, or maybe not, maybe they just have 1 billion people go boom. Russia has the bomb. We have many bombs. We don't know where they all are. Maybe you want a dirty bomb.
I am pleased to have Robin Williams back at this table. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Here's my question.
Oh, yes.
My God. This is a question.
8 inches. Oh, yeah. No, that's what I like to do for a fishing pole. Just give a nice, lead out 8 inches when you fly fishing. Send it out there and let the bass hook it and then pull on it. Either that or a piece of C4. You throw that in there. That's good. You see the bass fishermen there, I don't always have that thing where you put it out there and the bass are like, I'd like to sit out there and you just, a little C4 and then they come right up.
Do they really?
Right to the surface.
Right up.
Yeah,
you almost reach out and grab them.
Well, you can, what's left of them. It's nice when you get a full fillet. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Oh, yeah. Your question, I'm sorry, I ran away.
Here's my question.
Sure.
What went into the preparation of this extraordinary performance?
Oh, well, it was started off in San Francisco in a small club for about 3 weeks.
Okay, but stop there. Before you went to that, I mean, had you been thinking about it? Had you been writing for 6 months?
No, I kind of, there was a tribute to Whoopi Goldberg in Washington, and it was about 2 months after September 11th. And the weird thing is people treated it like we had just lifted the siege of Richmond, which is an old Southern reference, but Strom will remember. And it's that idea that people were just like, wow, and it was like they had not had any entertainment till then, and it was the idea of going back out, and everyone came up and said, oh, thank you, and it was like, well, maybe it's time to go back out. People needed it. And then I started off performing in San Francisco and just seeing what worked, and also here in New York at a place called Comedy Underground, which was a little club, and I saw comics coming back out, because they said for a while it was almost like a no-fly zone, literally. What was funny, and there were some really gutsy people doing some wonderful things, but it was just coming back out and being able to talk about what's happening with the country at that point, with, this tightened security and Rumsfeld coming out every so often going, I don't know where, I don't know when, but something awful is going to happen. Yes. Can you give us a clue? Not at all. It was like a central intuitive agency.
So the material was all there, just sitting up
there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of material, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, still is, every day, now weapons inspectors in Iraq going, do you have any weapons? Not today! Thank you. We're busy! Hello? Yes, do you have any biological weapons? Hello, biological. Yogurt. I love when they go to his palace and all the news crews, you can't come in here!
And then, as soon as the inspector like, come on in!
Come on in! Come in! Look, we have cold cuts, cheeses, all of the things!
And a picture of our leader.
Uncle Saddam. Oh, yeah, it's like Joe. Exactly. It's like Stalin going, I love you! I love it, the fact they had elections, and he won unanimously, but no one runs against him.
No. And no one votes against him either.
Oh, no. You're like, did you vote against Saddam? Yes. Will you please come with us? Let me show you what you have won. It's a gift. What is a gift? Come, quick, get in the car. But also, it's the same thing.
Think about your family, though.
Think about your family also. And what is it now? They just agreed they're doing Operation Inner Look, which is basically the virtual war that they've been preparing for the last few weeks.
That's right.
Basically,
We'll figure out how we're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, playing it online.
Yes.
You've got mail. Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, but
I got the stocks are going down, too.
I mean, some make this point, serious point, that so much of war is that way today.
Virtual
war, that we forget, where the rubber meets the ground,
Yeah, well, I've just got back from Afghanistan.
Tell me about that.
Well, you go and you see people, the other part of any war is the occupation of, if, like with Afghanistan, yes, there was the initial, fighting of the war. Now it's this kind of, occupying and defending and, keeping basically monitoring the borders to keep, because the Taliban keep coming back.
Yeah.
And you'd say, at a certain point, they say, but when do they, because we have hardcore night vision capabilities, goggles that can actually see through people. Like, oh my God, you have, what a lovely thing. When you walk around, you see all these guys going, hi, Mr. Williams, nice to see you. Oh, yeah. But you know, that part is you see people over there, and will be there. Some have been there for years. Some have, you know, if we go into Iraq, you'll see people who'll be there for, you know, locked off in basically the northern frontier. And that's the second part of people occupying and trying to just now start to rebuild Afghanistan, which is a big, big job. Yeah. It's one of the most heavily mined countries in the world. It's going to be a long time before they have the Afghan Open. You know?
Yes. That's crazy, isn't it? It's wild. It just blew a wheel off.
Do you have any capacity, opportunity to talk to people that's not away from, in other words, is there any chance for you to interact with
Afghanis?
Yeah, Afghanis.
I've met only a few. I met some that were like, they obviously, with the guy wearing the Dolphins T-shirt, you know, had come back. Yeah. So you've been here all day? Yeah. Oh, no. The people coming back, some were, I think, in the civilian capacity of rebuilding teachers and architects, you know. But Gram was they told me that used to sit in one of the most fertile valleys in Afghanistan, and then throughout the 10-year war with the Soviets, they blew up all the aqueducts, and now is, you know, it's basically like the Dust Bowl.
It's just awful.
Amazing to see. You expect to see Henry Fonda going, "Well, you can't get out." Yeah. And I met only a few. I mean, a few, basically, you know, expatriate Afghanis coming back to rebuild. And everything you see around is pretty much blown up. I mean, if a guy had an aluminum siding business, big money. And, you know, it's basically...
Somebody's going to hear you say that tonight is going to say...
This guy going, Earl! Bobby, come on, we can make a killing over there. There's a lot of roofs out.
Yes, exactly.
They got problems with mice. No, that's bullet holes.
Can you say Kabul? Can you say Kabul?
Kabul. Come down to Kabul. All of these houses can be built in the only moment it's cooling now. What do you do? Come on down to Club Burqa.
That's also another thing when you go to Afghanistan, you'd think an Afghani transvestite. Who would know? What are you doing? Hello, beauty. Very difficult. But in answer to your question, I'd only met a few Afghanis, and I think they had just come back. I met a lot of soldiers, men, women, you know, and they were just happy someone remembered them because, you know, it tends to be, if it's out of the headlines, people forget, but, you know, we have a lot of people there.
And, you know, people are not thinking about Afghanistan. I mean, it wasn't that
short
time ago.
Yeah, there's other stands, you know, a series of stands. I went to Turkey,
Kazakhstan,
Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Luristan. Yeah. And then you go to Pakistan, which is where we have this, you know, relationship where it's, you know, they have a base within a Pakistani air base. Yeah. And, you know, it's a very unusual thing. And they have, the Pakistanis have guardhouse, you know, they have these little, I said, who's that? They said, that's the picket post where the Pakistanis are protecting the airbase. And the guy lives, his house is the guardhouse.
What are you doing? I live here. No one is going to get by me. This is my home and my guard post.
And you're going, oh, that's good for defense.
Now, did you go for the U.S. government? They sent you, you went over there?
Me there. I went there with blessings of Dick Cheney and a lot of Enron stock.
Did they ask you to go, or did you go on your own? Or
I went on my own. Excuse me. We'll work for laughs. Excuse me, going to Kabul? They gave me a ride. They put me on a C-17, which is basically a plane big enough to carry Anna Nicole Smith. You know,
back her up, Bobby! The sides are open.
And then they put you on C-130s, which are the same, the loud plane. You know, just the guys are wearing, you know, you have to have, and you get off going, that was a great flight! Thank you! And you go off the back, you know, it's basically like a plane for the incontinent. The back drops. And, you know, and then as you get closer, I knew things were strange as we got over Afghani airspace. We're just about to land. They do two things: a combat landing, which is where they spiral in so you make less of a target. And the second thing, we were in because it's a coalition effort. I was flying on a Spanish plane with these guys called El Toros, and they go, Roy, it's okay. We're just going to put on some Kevlar now. And they start strapping in and putting on the full battle helmets. Going, but if you want to stay up here, it's okay. You know, we just do this as procedure. And the guys,
go off the plane, keep running. Get off the plane, stay on the path. Don't run on the other side of the path. You will be safe. Hello, Mr. Williams, nice to have you here. If you just step over here, we'll begin your comedy routine. There are 5 men over there in the bunker. Just make them laugh and move on, sir.
You know, it's like a lot of that. We put on shows. It was, you know, there'd be just a stage. Or we walked into one thing, and there was a room full of 300 guys, men and women.
Right.
And you just, you know, go at it. But it wasn't like I couldn't do the regular show. It's this show, but for them. But it was fun. They were just ready to laugh.
But you changed it to them, for them.
I mean, not a thing. They just did the full thing, full tilt. Nothing, no censorship, because I just did it.
No, I didn't mean censorship. I mean, you made it...
oh, yeah, we talked a lot about the stuff for them.
Oh, sure. I mean, you know.